Once again, Melt Cosmetics and Bailey Sarian have teamed up to bring us a brand new collection. The Fatally Yours 2 collection. I bought the entire thing because I think Bailey Sarian is absolutely beautiful and talented and creative. Cannot help but support her, and her vibe and aesthetic line up with mine, so we are going to play with the entire collection today. I have lip swatches for you, eyeshadow swatches for you, blush swatches and comparisons for you, and there will be timestamps linked entirely down below, so if you are only interested in pieces of this collection, click down there and find what you're looking for. Hi gorgeous, welcome back to my channel. I am Ara. I'm a 39-year-old mother of 5, beauty and fitness lover. I bought the entire Bailey Sarian Melt Cosmetics Fatally Yours 2 collection. I bought that the first one last year. I bought this one this year. This one I like so much more. So much more. Very grunge was the first one. This one is just super sultry, super sexy, right up my alley. I think this one was better done, or at least overall is a much more pleasing to me collection as opposed to the first one. I didn't get as much use out of the first collection as I did this one. The lipsticks stand out to me quite a bit more this go around, but I do have swatches and comparisons of all the lipsticks from the first collection and this collection in case you are interested. This collection can be bought individually. It is available now on the Melt Cosmetics website. I am not sure if it will be coming to the Nordstrom website, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Bailey has an entire video uploaded talking about this collection and how she was inspired by it, and Melt Cosmetics has an entire video uploaded on their Instagram website as well. You can purchase the entire collection on the website for $225 or pieces individually. The lipstick bundle with the gloss, $85. I think there is a bundle with just the eyeshadow palette, the lashes, the blush, and the liners for $100. The clutch is still available as of right now, and that is $35. The mirror is also available. This one is $25. The palette itself is $48. The Duochrome eyeshadow gel is $26. And the liner, the gel liner, which is some of my favorite gel liners, $22. Each lipstick individually is $22. And just so you're aware, the lipstick is named, well, each lipstick is named after very infamous women, which I find super intriguing. The powder blush is $24. The Saint lip gloss is $22. The BB lash is $12. And as of right now, there is only one piece of the original Fatally Yours collection still available, and that is the Boom Sling gel liner, and it is on sale for $5. My entire face makeup is going to be linked in the description box down below. Just so you're aware, those links are affiliated, so if you click on those links to make a purchase, thank you so very much for supporting my channel. And if you find today's video helpful or inspiring in any way whatsoever, don't forget to give this video a like. And if you're not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on every time that I post. We are going to start off with the blush first. There is 3.6 grams of product in here, and it has a 12-month shelf life. I do have swatches comparing this blush, please, with the Melt Cosmetics Body Blush. This one has mica in it, so if you are sensitive to mica or just don't like it, maybe skip on this one. It's very intimidating. However, from the swatches, this one pulls quite a bit more cool toned than Bawdy does, but it is a lot more pigmented. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Well, I may have needed to use a looser brush for this. This is the Danessa Myricks My Kitco Flat Taper My 15 brush, and that packs quite a punch. And I knew better from swatching it that it was very pigmented, so I think I'll need to switch brushes for my right cheek. I'm going to take just a small dip of this on an IT Cosmetics Heavenly French Boutique brush, because that one might give me a little more of an airbrushed look. If you have not watched any of Bailey's videos on this collection, I highly recommend you do. She's incredibly creative and talented, and she shows you each of these products individually far better than I could. If you're my skin tone, this is a much better type of brush, very fluffy, to use this blush with if you're interested in this blush at all, because it's very pigmented, but a loosely packed brush will give you a much better application than what I did over here with the denser packed brush. I'm gonna go ahead and skip to lip products. These are the ones that I was intrigued by the most. They really have such a beautiful collection with Bailey, especially with the first Fatally Yours collection. I loved those lipstick shades. These just are so sultry. My only complaint, the only caveat to this is I'm not the biggest fan of this formulation. It is very matte. You have got to prep your lips ahead of time. I am not entirely sure how flattering this gray one Lilith will be. It's the most intimidating for me, but I'm gonna give it a go, and I'm gonna swatch all 4 of these lipsticks for you. One of my favorite aspects of this lipstick is the fishnet pattern all the way around the bullet. It's super sexy. Bailey has her initials here on the top of the lipstick. If you have the original collection from last year, that one had her lips embossed on it, but this is so much prettier. So this is the shade Deep Taupe from Anastasia Beverly Hills for my lip liner. And I'm going to pair this one with Judith, simply because for a shade like Judith, which is basically my skin tone, I need a little more depth for my lips. And I am terrified of swatching Melt Cosmetics lipsticks because they are so dry. And you can use this shade, according to Bailey, to mix. I'm just going to use my finger to kind of mix it into my lip liner. It's going to take a lot of confidence, but I think I could mix this with a little more cool undertone lip liner and get a pretty effect as well. But it's giving me 2006 like concealer lips. This super sexy gray shade is Lilith. It's probably the most intimidating lipstick I own. And this time I'm wearing Khaki from Unearthly Cosmetics. I'm not entirely sure it'll go together, but I felt like it might, so we're gonna try it. And I'm not gonna put this all the way across my lips like I did the last one. I need to blend it in a bit. I'm not entirely sure about this shade, but I feel like I could pull it off with a smoky eye. The lip liner works for it. It gives it a little bit more of a warmer undertone when it's paired together. I am not immediately drawn to it, but I want to try to wear a grungy color like this because I do love unique shades, and this one is very unique. This one is the shade Circe. I've paired it with the ABH lip liner in Muted Mauve. I think this one will be the most wearable shade for myself, and I'm gonna put this one all the way over my lip liner. Ooh, a great pairing, by the way. So if you do have the ABH lip liner in Muted Mauve, this is a good pairing. Great shade. This one I think is going to be my favorite wearable shade, but I'm looking forward to the red one the most. And as a side note, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Moisture Repair Balm, I put this on my lips after the last lipstick, Lilith, I think that was. This is a lifesaver. If you have it, use this on your lips. You only need the teeniest, tiniest amount. My lips feel so much better. Especially if you're gonna lip swatch for fun, this is the one you wanna use. I definitely forgot to turn on the camera when I was applying the lipstick. I paired it with the Melt Cosmetics Thrill Lip Liner. Not my favorite lip liner, but it's a very good lip liner. Of all of my Melt lipsticks, this one is the best. For all of my Melt red lipsticks, let me paraphrase here. I have a lot of Melt lipsticks. The red ones always lean too pink. This one is just a beautiful blue undertone red. It's not my best application. It is what it is. It's 10 o'clock at night. I work nights. Here we are at night. I think this one is the most beautiful red of all of the Melt lipstick lineup. This one, great job, Bailey. But I'm gonna switch to the pink one because I feel like I'm in the mood for more of a pink, just a beautiful pink lipstick. That's all I want. this is such a beautiful palette. You're getting 15.9 grams of product in here with a 12-month shelf life. Besides this incredibly luxurious, oh, so sexy packaging, you're getting another insert of Bailey. It's so sexy. She is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I love the little inserts that come with this. I love this palette. This color story is just so gorgeous. I just don't know how to put into words how this makes me feel, but I'm so excited to play with this. I'm going to be using at least this white shade and the black shade. And I'm just going to kind of figure it out from there of what I want to do. But I do have you zoomed in. I am using the Melt Cosmetics liquid eyeshadows, I believe. I mixed the vanilla and the white shade together just because vanilla is still a little too deep for my skin tone. I'm going to start by packing the white into my inner corner first. I'm going to use a Melt pencil brush for this. I love the embossing of Bailey, her initials on the eyeshadow itself. And I like the names that she went with this time instead of arsenics, poisons for the original Fatally Yours palette. She used just simple names. And this one is the shade Kitty. I'm just going to place Kitty all in the inner corner and pack it in there. This shade has a touch of gray to it, an undertone, gray undertone. I'm not mad about it at all. I'm just going to pack it right here into the inner corner and bring it underneath. I might need to put something a little brighter. We'll see what happens. I have never had any trouble with the mattes from Melt Cosmetics. I've only ever struggled with the shimmers. So I'm hoping this matte black will perform very beautifully. I'll definitely have to let you know if there's any staining on the lid. Sometimes melt shadows can be difficult for me to get off. And I do have sensitivity to some of their formulas. I'm going to leave that there for now and grab a Sigma E33 and pick up the shade Buff. And I'm just going to buff all the way around that black shade and bring it into my inner crease. This shade Buff has quite a bit of kick up in the pan. If that bothers you, just be aware. It does not bother me. I am trying to smoke this out pretty good. I'm bringing it all the way up to my brow bone. Not having any troubles blending these matte shades, so that's a plus. Very happy about that. Just going to take that original Sigma E45 brush with that black, no additional product, and just kind of bring it in to that crease a bit. I'm going to use the Sigma E54 brush and pick up the shade Crimson. And I'm going to pack that all over the lid. And now I'm going to gently swipe back and forth into that black and just kind of marry the shades together. And I'm going to use that same Sigma E33 brush with no additional product, the one I used with Buff. Just gently go around these edges one more time. Do your eyes first if you want this palette. That black is all over my cheeks. I'm going to use a Sigma E27. I'm going to pick up the shade Buff and just buff it all along this lower lash line. Just smoke it out a little bit. I'm going to take a clean Melt pencil brush and go into the shade Honey and put that on the inner corner just to kind of help give it a pop. I'm really not enjoying the way this is turning out, but I'm going to keep going. We're going to use the liner. This is a Sigma E05. I'm going to try to do a small winged liner to kind of help bring this together. I'm not liking this at all. I'm not sure if I even want to post this. We're just going to trust the process. I might need to finesse this off camera. I'm gonna try to make it work. I see it in the viewfinder, I see it in my mirror, and I'm just not liking it. Before I zoom you out, I do want to show you what I did with just mascara, no lashes on yet. I used the Nabla Cupid's Arrow in the shade Maroon in my waterline here, and I tight lined with the Lisa Eldridge black pencil. However, oh, and by the way, the Charlotte Tilbury mascara, my favorite, my absolute favorite. I didn't like the way my eyeshadow was looking, so I packed crimson all over the top of that black shade Noir, right here on the outer corners, and I blended it together just a little bit more with that shade Buff. It took me a little bit to kind of clean it up and get it to where I want it to be, but I want to show you how it looks right now without lashes, which kind of changes the entire look. I'm not overly happy about it. It's definitely eyeshadow you need to use before doing your base. I feel like my base is dirty. And I went over the top of the shade Honey. I did not like the way that that warm gold was pulling in my inner corner. I put the shade Glisten right over the top. They're not very impactful shimmers, so I kind of just finessed it the best I could. You can still see that gold peeking through, which is, it's kind of neat, but also it's not really adding anything to the look. I'm underwhelmed. I know I can pull off better sultry smoky looks, but I was really wanting to play with the shade Crimson, and I was really wanting to pull it together with that red gel liner. I mean, not my best liner job ever. I always struggle with the right eye. But I'm not entirely happy with it, and I think after really packing that shade Crimson on top of Noir, it looked a lot better. I was not liking the way they looked side by side. Long story short, not my favorite look. I really struggled this time around. I wanted a red sultry look. I wanted to really pull off that oxblood wine red color that I love so much, that Bailey loves so much. I really struggled. Not because the mattes weren't blending, not because they weren't pigmented, but because I saw a vision, but it wasn't coming together the way I wanted it to. That's not the palette's fault. The lashes are pretty. They're too long. I didn't cut them. It's late at night. I'm not even using glue. I'm sorry. That said, it's beautiful. I like it. It has a very sexy, sultry look to it, but I was really hoping that I could pull it off a little bit better than this. It took me longer than I typically do. It's entirely user error. I did get to play with at least half of the palette. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades out of the 8. I forgot to mention, if you look here, it's the cinched waist for Bailey. Super cute. This packaging, very luxurious. I love the weight. I love the feel of it. I think it's absolutely on point for Bailey. I love that it says make good choices all over every single product. It's perfect for her. I'm gonna have to give this palette an entirely second chance. Wipe the slate clean, do my eyes first. The blush is super pigmented. It's not my favorite formulation. I think the formulation is just a little too dry. I really wish that they would revamp their cheek products, their cheek line. I just feel like it's a little bit outdated. It's really pretty. You just have to be very gentle and light-handed going in with it. The lipsticks are still one of my favorite aspects of this collection. Very pretty. You just need to prep your lips properly. I like the lipsticks. I really want to give the other shades a fair shot. It's just really hard for me to do that when I'm so drawn to reds. Speaking of reds, I kind of want to be a little unique and dab it in the center. Ooh, that's pretty. Kind of ties it together a little bit. Lip gloss, I am not a lip gloss girl. I'm not big on it. Saint is the name of her dog. I do think it's a very cute lip gloss color. It's just not for me. The liners, I love the gel liners from Melt. They are some of the easiest and most user-friendly to use. I'm not super fond on the glitter Duochrome topper. I haven't used it yet. I'm gonna try it. The last ones that I had from her, I wasn't impressed by, but overall it's just not my favorite type of product to put on my eyes. My eyes are very sensitive and I have very thick folds, so things crease pretty easily on me. I am happy to report though that there is quite a bit more product in here than there has been on some of their older launches, like the Nightmare Before Christmas launch had like a spitting's worth of product in there. It was really sad. Last but not least, I have mini Melt Cosmetics mirrors. This one is by far my favorite. I think this aesthetic is so cute and so fun. That's fun. All dirty thoughts aside, this one's my favorite mirror that they've ever done. Great job, Bailey. I do like this collection. Like I said, eyeshadow palette is my fault, user error. Until next time, thank you so much for spending your day with me. Do something for yourself because you are worth it.